I've seen. I mean, dude, I was thinking about this going into this. I've had so many weird situations with other kids' parents. Like there was a dad that like he full on drank and smoked weed with us when we were like 12 or 13.
That's awesome.
Damn, bro.
It was crazy. And we all knew it was like, that's that guy's dad. And he would come downstairs and get
that dad.
And if he ran out, I had 2 different friends where like we smoked weed with their parents, or if they were out of weed, they would go and ask their mom or dad if they had weed, which was crazy. At like
damn
13.
That's that privilege, dog. You know what I'm saying?
That was the first time I ever smoked res, like where you take the bowl and like heat it up and get the bottom of it, and then it was so weird. He was like, "Hey, I'm gonna go see if my mom has any weed."
That's funny.
That's crazy,
it was just very, very strange.
We had a neighbor. I had a neighbor like that did that for us, because like his thing was like he was like he'd rather like have him buy it than like us getting ripped off.
I get you.
So
on
like
that.
he was just like he's like they're gonna do it anyway, so like let me just do it for them. So,
I get that.
Yeah.
Be responsible about it. You never had any weird kids though? Like anybody do anything weird at a sleepover? You're like, I'm not fucking with that kid again.
No. That was one thing that was like I didn't know. We didn't have any weird kids hanging around us like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I felt like even if it was, I'd be like, is he over there? I'm good. Don't worry about it. I'll go back to the house.
But there wasn't anybody like showing their true colors or anything.
Nah, that's the thing. I never had no problems like that.
Yeah, you're lucky.
Yeah, I looked out on that for sure.
A bunch of these, dude. Like there was this one kid. I stayed. You know what a Dutch oven is, right?
Yeah.
Where you like, we were sleeping in sleeping bags in his basement. It was just me and him, 4th grade, like fucking one of the first sleepovers I'm having in a new, like I moved around a lot. So it was like, I didn't know, I made friends where I went.
Yeah.
I farted in my sleeping bag and he's like, or I asked him like, have you ever Dutch oven? And he's like, what's that? And I'm like when you fart and then you like wrap it up over your head or whatever.
Yeah.
And I started doing it to like show him, and he's like, "I want to see." And he tried to get into I got into my sleeping bag deep, which was a horrible thing for me to start with. But then he was trying to like burrow into my sleeping bag. I never fuck with that kid again.
That's funny.
It was the 4th grade. I still know him today.
That's funny.
It fucking made me uncomfortable because it was like, dude, that
funny.
feeling of being in a sleeping bag and looking up, and there's like light that comes through, and it's just some like
Yeah.
It was-
That's funny, bro.
yeah. and it just smelled like shit.
Yeah. He said, I want to try it.
let me smell. let me see.
But you didn't have any like pillow talk friends?
Oh, no. Bro.
I don't remember. It's funny. This doesn't technically count as a sleepover, but I remember like one of the first or second nights of boot camp in the Navy. Like I guess like we all went to sleep, and then next like throughout the next day, you know, we're like there's a rumor that like one of the new sailors like jerked off in the middle of the night. So like it was like kind of going around like, yeah, that guy jerked off like in the first night of boot camp. And so we're like, what? And so it was like kind of like it spread among the entire division. And then that night, like you know, like some of the other sailors are like, all right, good night, everyone. Good night. Don't go jerking off. And then everyone just started laughing.
Was it like one big ass room?
It's one big ass room.
Gymnasium?
No, not gymnasium. It's like a compartment. It's like a office type of thing. And then but there's just like bunk beds throughout the entire thing scattered.
So you had just like one big ass sleepover
Every night for like 90 days.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
Boot camp? That shit sucked. Like the thing is when you're going through it, it sucks. But then like when you look back, it's like, oh, that was pretty funny. Like that was cool. Like,
Okay.
yeah.
Back in the
I remember one time in boot camp, like we were getting punished, and then like I was injured. So like there's a rule, like if you're injured, if you're like medically cleared, like you're not like allowed to get punished like physically.
Yeah.
And I remember like the chief or the boot camp instructor was just like, all right, like on the wall. And then like I'm the leader of the boot camp of my division. Like I'm in charge. And then like I'm at the tow line like, out of habit. I'm like, and then I say to myself, oh wait, I'm injured. And then my boot camp instructor was like, oh, you hear that, rest of the division? Your guy in charge like is better than you guys. And I was like, oh, my bad. So yeah, I didn't have to work out.
I mean, during the sleepovers though, we would talk about chicks and stuff at school.
Yeah.
We would do that. You know what I mean? But It wasn't necessarily like exposing somebody for some shit. You know, we might find out somebody like somebody and then go fuck with them at school.
That's funny.
We'll do that, but not so much afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Like during that moment, you know what I mean? It wasn't necessarily like. It wasn't a problem. We never really caused any. We just stayed up late. That was the thing.
Nobody no real confessions.
Yeah, nothing crazy.
You never had the dude. I think
nothing crazy, bro. Nothing crazy.
I think I just either had.
I would remember that shit. Nothing crazy, bro.
Something like there's something about me that people want to tell me that type of shit, or like I just had a group of friends that were that way because I had this one friend, dude. You couldn't. By the end of the night, you knew everything that was bothering him in his life.
That's funny.
And it was his mom. He'd start crying. Like it would just be you. And it was like the sleepover was great until it was time to go to bed. And then he was like, I don't want to go to sleep. Can I talk to you? And just like an hour and a half later, he's like, I like Kelsey. And I don't know what to do about it. And I want to talk to her about it. But I just like, I don't know. I'm here at the house all the time, and I am her, and it was just. Dude,
I am,
dude. Yeah, AIM was.
Dang.
Yeah, there was a
never
lot.
Had that shit, like staying up, confessing all that shit.
Oh, you didn't have any truth.
No.
You want to hear the worst part of it? Was I had a mattress. It was like it was a mattress on top of a mattress next to a wall. Okay. So if my friend slept over, we would slide the lower one out. Yeah. So I would be on the top side and he would be on like the ledge. Mm-hmm. So it basically was like a psychiatrist chair where he's laying back and then he just starts telling me his problems. And I was sitting there, I was like, I just fucking want to go to sleep. You know, like, shit. Yeah, it was out of control. Hey, if you like that video, make sure to hit the subscribe button and follow our page for new weekly content.